And I'm privileged here to have the president of the Youth Nation here, that is Mr. Nduati. Mr. Nduati will be speaking to us here about his feeling around what has been happening. Karibu sana, we are live on KTN. Let's begin by understanding the National Youth Service was really established to help the Kenyan youth, and there have been a lot of questions really on how things have been going on here. Do you love the pace things are going as far as trying to unravel the finding justice around this case? And do you feel that the Kenyan youth keeps on being trampled and trampled?
Well, thank you for having me. The first thing is I wouldn't say that we are happy as the youth. But you see, this is a matter that is already in court, so we are not going to discuss the circumstances around the case. The concern that we have as youth is the current looting that is happening within the programs and the funds that belong to the youth. What is clear is that as the youth, apart from being unprivileged, there is too much, there are people who are taking advantage of the youth. And as a youth nation, we are feeling that more needs to be addressed because the problem is there's a challenge, and the challenge is corruption. Now, we are supposed to embrace what the president is doing to revamp the whole issue of procurement. But you see, to the disadvantaged youth, it becomes a little bit hard to go through the requirements. And that is where now you find those who are in the business of entrepreneurship, such as it is the case that we are finding this circumstance around the NYS saga. So we are not happy. What we want is more measures to be taken, and we are also recommending that we tighten the loose strings around the procurement structure or the procurement model. It's unfortunate that when you're looking at the youth, and in fact with the tendering system, there is no clear way of monitoring and evaluating that these opportunities are going to the youth. So you find in such circumstance, there is a lot of loophole for those who are in the business of entrepreneurship. So we are calling for a serious restructuring on the youth programs and opportunities to a place whereby we have a cluster or categorization of youth, so that we don't have young people who are tendering for opportunities that they can't afford. So this is our take. We are not happy, but we are continuing to follow this issue very closely and candidly. And one thing I want to plead to the youth of this country: we cannot sit down and watch as our opportunities.
Francis Ontomo, they're giving us details on the NYS pre-trial conference currently going on at Milimani Court. Of course, we'll be getting back to him for more details on that. Still on NYS, Member of Parliament have responded to Kirinyaga Governor's move to sue Nyali, Member of Parliament Muhammad Ali with regards to her name's mention in the Phase 1 NYS scandal. Let's listen in.
Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta, you have nothing to lose. You are going for the last term. Mheshimiwa Rais, come out and combat and fight this corruption. Give Kenya a free society, a zero-tolerance society from corruption. And I'm sure you have the capacity. You are going for your last term. Leave legacy to Kenya so that Kenya can move. But for members of parliament, we are behind the president because he has said he's fighting corruption, and we are there. We shall do it from the house. We shall shoot from anywhere to make sure all the thieves shall talk about them. Waiguru and others, and all those who are named, they should be ready, and we are there to face them. We are not going to fear anybody because of threats and all this, and Waiguru should stop threatening members of parliament. And I think she's ignorant. In which way? She's ignorant because she does not understand the law. The law gives members of parliament power to look into all the issues that concern matters of national importance have to be looked in. And
by threatening members of parliament not to speak, we are representing Kenyans, and good chunk of money is being lost. Let me give you an example. Currently, we have lost over 10 billion from NYS. Just Uhuru Highway is always under traffic jam. You take almost 2 hours to be in your office, but it takes only 3 to 4 billion to make this Uhuru Highway a very super highway to reduce traffic jam. But you can see this money is just channeled to pockets of people. But when we are saying it out here, we cannot be threatened. We want to say, let those ones who are involved in this corruption be just brought to book.
Current situation in the country is no longer called corruption. This is robbery without violence. Na ukikuja yale ya shukari, those are murderers. They are murderers because they are murdering Kenyans, innocent Kenyans. So tunaunga mkono rais kikamilivu na tuko tayari kupambana kisheria, na unga ikizidi maji tutauliza wananchi. Do the needful. We don't need those characters in the society. Because if they can be able to kill us, then we don't need them. Therefore, sisi kama wabunge atutishwi. Yule anafikiria kutisha wabunge, kwanza aende police station atupe mawe. Kama hakuna kitu haitafanyika kule kwa hiyo police station, then akuja kwa wabunge. Because this is absolutely wrong for the country to be run this way.